So we're here with Dr. Rahul Nerlikar and Dr. Devendra Vartak, who are our senior orthopedic surgeons at the KEM in Pune, very experienced orthopedic surgeons, and we're going to be conversing with them today about hip and knee replacement surgery. So Dr. Vartak, if I could begin with you, how would somebody know whether they require hip or knee replacements?
Right. So hip or knee replacements are generally done on patients who have generally hip and knee arthritis. So for that, they generally are suffering since a lot of years, and generally two basic type of treatments are there for any type of hip or knee arthritis. One which we call as conservative management, and the other is the surgical part, in which the knee and hip replacement is the ultimate solution for that. But the conservative management is there for only the early stages of the disease. So as the disease progresses, there is functional limitation. So the patients, if we take for example the knee, then the walking distance get reduced. There is a lot of pain while climbing stairs, climbing up and down. Normal day-to-day activities like going to the toilet, the walking distance, it is all reduced. There is a lot of limp and lurch while walking, and all this is not managed or not controlled with painkillers, physiotherapy. So that is the time when a help is to be sought from orthopedic surgeons, knee replacement surgeons, to take the change. Similarly, or these group of patients generally in the knee, if we talk about osteoarthritis, it is around 55 onwards. Nowadays the age is coming down, but 55 to 85, yes, it can be done. But if we speak of hips in India, where the avascular necrosis is the major culprit, the hip patient can seek help as young as 18 to as old as 80. So the range is quite big. So hip, generally they present as not able to squat, not able to use Indian toilet, limping, not able to sit for long. And then at that time, if it is severe crippling disability, which is not allowing them to function normally as a person, both socially, both at the workplace or normal day-to-day chores, then definitely this surgery will be a lifestyle changing for the patient.
Dr. Nerlikar, some of the common things we get asked is what are some of the main benefits that I would expect after I had a surgery like this?
The main benefit you get is excellent relief of pain and of stiffness and increase in the mobility. We can expect majority of your pain, more than 95% to be relieved with this. It increases mobility dramatically, and this has the repute of being called a life-changing surgery. So it will dramatically improve your mobility, relieve your pain, and have a general positive effect on your other health problems also, like diabetes. So if you are not able to exercise due to joint pain, you start being able to exercise. So it can have a positive benefit for your other comorbidities as well.
Okay. So taking on from that, if I could just ask you two things. One is that people tend to have a lot of comorbidities.
Yeah.
So say somebody with diabetes or high blood pressure or some form of metabolic syndrome, for example, can they also quite easily undergo this kind of surgery?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and it is quite often asked by the relatives and the patients. So as I said, the age group which we get for these surgeries is majority geriatric in the knee, as far as the knee is concerned. So all these patients by default have some amount of comorbidities like you mentioned, diabetes, hypertension. So it is very important to understand that knee replacement is not a emergency surgery, it's a elective planned surgery. So generally we recommend that around 2 to 3 weeks before they go in for the intended date for surgery, they should start planning for it in the terms of getting the investigations done. Most of the times during investigation we can pick up things and sort them out, and then the risk factors are drastically reduced.
Right.
Rather than taking a patient who you have seen yesterday not investigated and rushing into it.
And I would imagine that it would be considered quite major surgery. So I'm sure one of the questions that viewers probably have is how much pain will I be in after you've operated on me?
Yes, both hip and knee replacement are major surgeries, and there is pain to be expected after undergoing this surgery. But pain management is, in my opinion, one of the major advances which has happened in the field of joint replacement. And now both the anesthetist and the surgeon, they help each other in doing a multimodal approach to pain management. So right from some medications to be given before anesthesia to spinal anesthesia, epidural anesthesia, regional nerve blocks, and post-operative medications make the pain very bearable.
So my last question is how soon would I be able to get up and walk
Yeah.
post surgery?
Yes. So both after hip and knee replacements, with the new physiotherapy protocols that we have, generally we are very optimistic to make the patient at least sit bedside, if not stand the same day. So for that, if you are starting the surgery first thing in the morning, by 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, at least you are sitting by the side of the bed as soon as your anesthesia wears off. And if not the same day, the next day you are standing and walking with the walker. So that's been a sea change from the past, where Dr. Nerlikar will agree, we used to give plasters after knee replacement. And from those days we have come, and with that the perception of the patient changes greatly. There's a huge positive change that yes, I'm done with the surgery and I'm walking already. And
Yes, that is also a benefit of the new pain management protocols.
Yes.
So that we are able to make the patient
Right.
stand the very day of the operation, and mobilization is much faster than what it used to be previously. So physiotherapy and pain management, they have added to much more rapid recovery of the patient, so that the stay in hospital has been reduced quite a bit.
So say all other things being equal, what would the average sort of length of stay be?
For a unilateral knee or hip replacement, it would be 3 or 4 days. It can be even lesser than that, but that depends on the individual patient. For a bilateral knee replacement, maybe 5 to 7 days.
Okay.
That is the length of stay which we commonly see in our patients.
So thank you both very
Thank you.
much for a very comprehensive cover of that, and we'll see you again soon for our next batch of questions.
yeah, thank you.